What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the vlogs. I'm just taking a nice deep breath because it's such a beautiful day out. I mean, we've had rain for the past, I don't know, 3 days or so. Dude, your dog needs to shut up. But with a day like this, I just figured we can't waste it inside. I need to go for a drive. And also I asked on Instagram for a little Q&A. So I'm gonna be answering some of your guys' questions. I'm gonna go to our warehouse spot. I'm gonna set up a tripod with a nice camera, not just this GoPro. I'm gonna answer some of your questions about my car, future cars, and basically anything you guys want to know about me. I'm gonna answer some of those questions. First thing we gotta do is obviously start this thing up. It'll be a cold start for sure. It's been at least a couple days now. I'll leave the door open for the start and then we'll have to close it obviously and back up so I don't smoke my house out. Sounds pretty good. Now we gotta back up though. While this is warming up, I'm gonna take my time to finally put on my tire, or my tire dressing. You know, I'm gonna put on something on there just to freshen them up, and it also keeps your tires looking really new. Preferred method is for sure using one of these applicators. I got this one from Liquid X, so we'll grab that bad boy. Oh, just a little crank sprocket chilling right there. We definitely need to put that on eventually. Get in there. Then as far as our choice of wheel stuff, we're gonna do the Liquid X VRP spray. This stuff works pretty good. So you just spray it on there and then we'll put it on our tires. Oh, I totally cracked this, by the way. I dropped it so hard, but oh well. We'll do a couple squirts like this on the applicator and then we just kind of rub it on in there. Get it all in there. The bottom is always the hardest. Oh yeah. See, that's why I crack it. Still warming up a little bit. Just trying to shift through the gears and get everything going. All cruising together with the minivans in the neighborhood. Heck yeah. Gave me a thumbs up. That was totally me back in the day. The kid gave me a thumbs up right there. I might have just swayed that kid to one day buy a Mustang. Who knows? I got an S550 behind me. I think this is my neighbor with an EcoBoost. I wonder if he's gonna try to play or have some shenanigans go on here. Pull away on him and see if he catches up. It's not the best road, but so hard that I literally missed shifting. It like bumped the steering out of, or my shifter out of my hand. Oh yeah, he gunned it. He tried to catch up. But you're not gonna catch up. You're in an EcoBoost. Yep, just confirmed that was my neighbor. Quick little pull. Crowd of people coming, might as well gun her. Oh, that was perfect. My backfire was right under that overpass. Oh, that was good timing. It's just like pop right under that underpass. Alrighty, you guys, I have the car behind me. I have the tripod camera set up and my mic here. It's super bright, but luckily I have this hat on, so that way it's not right in my face. But I have you guys on Instagram, which I'm gonna be looking at my phone, reading some of these Q&As, which if you guys haven't followed me on Instagram, you definitely should, because I give a lot of like background or like behind the scenes stuff on my story, as well as all the posts on there. So definitely follow me on Instagram. It's Jacob R. Doty. Super hard to probably figure that one out, but it's on there and you guys can see some more posts of the car if you really like how it looks. So the post has been up for like a few hours, like 2 hours or so. So we're gonna just go through some of the top ones that I can read. There's about 75 in there already. So I'm not gonna be able to get to every single one in this video, but I'll do the top ones, and then hopefully that helps answer some of your guys' questions. If you follow me on Instagram, or if you don't follow me on Instagram, you still want me to answer some questions in the future, leave them down in the comments below and I'll try to get back to you guys as soon as I can. The first one, which is kind of funny because I was just talking about it, is how often do I wash and wax this thing? Really, right now, probably every 2 to 3 weeks, like on average. When I first got it, it was literally every Friday. It got washed, it got waxed and everything. So it's not that often, every couple weeks. I don't really try to do too much on it now because it's black and I've had to just accept it. One of you guys asked, should you Coyote swap a 2005 Mustang, which is the same chassis. It's 05 through 14 called S197s. However, back then they had a 4.6 3-valve, which was kind of a weak motor for modern times like right now, but back then it was pretty good. But he's asking, should he Coyote swap his and give it a modern drivetrain basically? And honestly, I wouldn't, because if you go buy a Coyote car that's the same chassis, like 11 up is the same S197 just with a Coyote and an MT82, you could do that for a whole lot cheaper. Unless you're like dead set on how that car looks and how it is on the interior, because there's slight changes. But other than that, dude, it's wiser just to go buy a Coyote car and live with that. This is from one of you guys asking, what do you suggest for new and upcoming YouTubers? Which I actually shared this before in a DM with someone else, but this is a different guy. And you know what? My biggest tip is to just do it. And I've told this so many times, it's like the overthinking, and it even affects me. Because sometimes I overthink videos and then I end up not making them. I don't even consider myself a YouTuber, but those are just some tips along the way that I've learned. I've been doing this for probably 2 years now. And those are just some of the things I found, is like I overthink things. I try to make the video perfectly planned out, but that's not how life is. Life kind of happens organically. And some of the best content and my best videos have happened because I just had a camera with me and just started recording. Coilovers or lowering springs, neither. Do bags. No, I'm just kidding. If you guys want performance, I do coilovers. The bags are just perfect for me because I like going up and down and having this look when it's aired out. Plus, I can go up my driveway. With my other lowering springs, my iBox setup, I was scraping my front lip before I even had the splitter on there. So if I had it now, I'd be scraping in and out of my driveway every single day. You guys can see how angled that thing is. That's why I really went with bags. I mean, it may not be everyone's style, but it does look pretty sick to me. So this guy asked, what is the next performance mod for my Mustang? So I think, you know, right off the top of my head, I'm really happy with how it is right now. I think if anything, it's gonna be an E85 tune with injectors. That would keep me in and happy, and it's at least something and give me a little extra power here and there. But other than that, I think I'm gonna start really dialing in the chassis. I know there's a lot of BMR parts that I could add on here, some axle braces for when I go to the track, and then I really just wanna get faster at the drag racing. I never thought it'd be fun just going in a straight line as fast as I can, but it turns out it's actually really fun, and I got bit by that bug. You asked, how did I grow my YouTube? And this is kind of touching on the other one, which was how do you start, and then this is how do you grow it, so you've already started. Growing it literally happens by being yourself on camera and posting regularly. People will not want to subscribe to your channel unless they know that there's more content coming and it's regularly scheduled, like it comes out every Monday, Wednesday, Friday or something like that, and the content is constantly improving. If people can see those two things, I think boom, it's a pretty instant thing that if it's right up their alley and they're interested in cars or Mustangs, they're gonna click subscribe. So that's kind of the tip there, is the consistency and then always improving. This guy asked, do I plan on getting another project car? And if so, what would be the plan for it? Well, I'll be honest, my next endeavor is probably not gonna be a car. I'm pretty dead set on a truck just because I want a matching truck to go with this. I wanted to avoid black altogether again because, like I said, it gets dirty so fast. However, I'm pretty dead set on an F-150. Been looking at that 3.5 EcoBoost. It's a great platform, 4x4, something like that. And yeah, I think I'm pretty dead set on a truck. Well, I'll kind of give you guys a sneak peek because I'm sure you guys could figure it out, but a Doty spec truck, imagine that. So that's all the sneak peek there, but I think I tried so hard to get away from black, but it just keeps pulling me in, you know? This guy asks, when is the radio coming? And honestly, I have stretch tires on here. You guys know I'm looking for a drag pack, just trying to find a good deal on a 15x10 with a tire on it. Preferably a matching set of all four, but if I could just get the pairs, that's good too, I guess for right now. I can't be too picky. But these right here that I have on there are 20-inch wheels with stretched tires, and I did that just to kind of go for the stancy look without cambering out. I just wanted to try to tuck all my tire under my fender as much as I could while also being as aggressive of a wheel with the concave as much as I could. So that's what I ended up with right here. I'm kind of getting tired of the look, and the stretch tires, obviously, it doesn't give you the best feel in the corners. Obviously, tires aren't meant to do that. So I'm kind of leaning towards the next setup. going back to more meat and maybe even stepping down to a 19 so I could fit more sidewall. Really good one. He asked if I had to get a different car, not a Mustang or a truck, so the two things I would actually go for, what would I get? And to be honest, I've been really eyeballing the C8 Corvette. Like, those things are so much car for the money. And if I could spec one out and modify it and twin turbo it or Whipple it or something like that, I think that would be the car I'd go for. Those C8s are so nice. And for the price, you get basically a supercar quality car for, you know, 60, 70 grand. That's of course if you get the base model. Once you start stepping it up, it's 100 something. But I'm just saying the C8 Corvette looks exotic. It's awesome, and at least it's American made. Someone asked if I'm gonna go E85 and long tubes. Well, E85 is on the horizon. The long tubes, not so much. I don't like the sound with the Corsas, and people are like, why don't you change your exhaust? Well, I like my Corsas a lot. The black chrome looks sick, and the quad tips and stuff like that. So I'm not really in a rush to move on from my exhaust. Plus, long tube headers for that extra 15 horsepower, maybe 20 horsepower, doesn't really do much for me. It doesn't like tickle me enough to go spend 1,200 bucks on it, versus E85, I could go get $200 injectors and a tune, and boom, we're on E85. Plus it'll smell a whole lot better. Someone also asked if the Euro taillights for the 1314s, which are like the best taillights ever, are ever gonna come out. Well, the other guy I talked to, if you guys saw on Instagram where I hinted at that like last year in November or something, he kind of left me high and dry. I haven't gotten any responses back. However, I have been talking to a new party about it, and they have the skill set and the team to be able to get that going. So just know I'm trying to work on those for you guys and trying to get you guys some Euro taillights. If you guys are interested in those, leave a comment down below so that way I can screenshot that and send it to them, because they're kind of on the fence of like, should we go for it or should we not? So if there's enough interest and people would buy them at like, I don't know, $500, $700, $800 maybe, because you got to think these are expensive taillights. So I've been having some issues with my camera gear. I just had my GoPro overheat and like buzz, so I had to pull the battery on that. Then my Sony just overheated sitting in the sun out here, so I had to pull out the old trusty iPhone to finish it up. Always just never leaves me stranded, you know, you gotta love the iPhone. But I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the support on these recent videos. As a content producer, we've had to get very creative as far as what do we do whenever we're all stuck in this circumstance, right? So I just want to say thank you guys so much for giving support, and during this time, you know, watching the videos, watching them all the way through, and then liking them, commenting and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. And I just want to try to make as fun of content as I can for you guys during this whole thing. Speaking of that, later this week, I want to record the rating your guys' Mustangs. There's a ton on that post, that original post, that I never even got to go through just because there were so many of you guys that commented. So I got to go through that. I saw Derek Barron Productions also doing a same style video. So it's a good idea. A lot of people enjoy it. And it's also really fun to make and see what you guys do with your cars. Kind of give you guys my 2 cents on them and just, you know, the things that I would change or do differently. But some of you guys just have some really, really clean builds, and I like to showcase it and give you guys some airtime. So that's what I really like about it. I'll see you guys later on this week with some more uploads. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you did, then please comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.